Hello, Beard Wizard family. Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Beard Wizard Man, also known as Trevor on social media. Links all of which you're going to find in that video description below, including ways to support this channel, like clicking that red subscribe button. It's the biggest thing you can do to support us right now. We are pushing really hard to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year, putting out new content, reaching out to new people, and trying really hard to reach that goal. It's going to be a tough one, though. There's new shorts on the channel. If you're interested in the gaming or you just like funny content, they're only a minute long. I've got 3 of them out now, and I'm going to try to release one a day, or at least one every third day if I can keep up with that routine until all 50. There's going to be about 50 or so of them from my recent GTA 5 stuff that I want to put out there. So check that out too if you're interested. But above all, click that red subscribe button. So I wanted to do this one when it came out. Things have gotten in the way. Then I had a con. Then life, work, all that good stuff. But today we're going to take a look at the latest from Enkay47, which is called Afterlife. And this is, like I said, is going to be a tough one. This is a song about the questions we ask and the doubt that we have, and the reason why a lot of people have faith and why a lot of people question that faith, and the struggle of humanity to figure out what comes after and why that question is so hard. And for those of us who have lost people, for those of us who have seen family members pass beyond, close family members pass beyond, this is a constant question and struggle. And I know somebody this is going to be a tough one today, and I don't know why. I mean, I picked this one before I even knew this, but I know somebody who is probably experiencing the last hours or days with a loved one, and it kind of hit me. It hadn't been that long since my dad passed, and only a few years before that my mom passed, and it's still there. It's still a knot right there, and just waiting for a reason. So anyway, we're going to take a look at Enkay47's Afterlife. Pause is necessary. Talk about the music, etc., and so on. If you're watching the live stream, welcome. Whoever just joined, let me know. Say hi in the chat. I love talking to you guys. If you're watching the recording, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. This is Afterlife from Enkay47.
I've got a lot of questions in my life that I don't really have the answer to. And every time I think about dying, I get this pit on my stomach, like I don't know if I could handle the truth. They tell me I should look at religion and I should try to find God, but I have, it was back in my youth. Or maybe I'm just ignorant for turning my back on God, like I'm the one abandoning you. And I'm not bashing anyone if they believe in religion, cause if it helps, I'm ecstatic for you. So you walk your path and I walk mine. Yeah, this seems like an accurate view, but this song isn't about God, it isn't about religion, it's not about
Right away he asks that tough question that what happens when we die? And I'm afraid of the answer to the question. I'm afraid of finding out. And I think a lot of people live with that fear, and it's what drives a lot of people toward religion. I don't know how anybody can be certain about what there is. You can't be. We don't know. And the not knowing, I think, is the scariest part of our existence, is not knowing what happens after. I think there are a lot of people out there that are certain, and that must be really nice to live that way. But I hazard to guess that most of the people who feel certain are lying to themselves and everybody around them. I don't know how you can be certain. And that I think is the biggest fear that drives people toward that answer, that religion has the answer, because nothing else has provided an answer. There's nothing else out there but religion that says this is what happens after. But yeah, it's a tough place to be, and we're all there.
I'm ecstatic for you. So you walk your path and I walk mine. Yeah, this seems like an accurate view, but this song isn't about God, it isn't about religion. It's not about if you're a Catholic or a Christian. Have you ever lost someone that you love more than yourself? More than anything, you're hoping they well and they can make it to heaven. You pray to God there's an afterlife, so that you don't have to say goodbye, so that you don't have to see him decomposing in the ground at night. I hope you're right. So where do I go when I die? Maybe I'm frozen in time, maybe I'm stuck in the ground. Ashes flow through the sky, maybe I'll come back as someone different and have a new life. Yeah, right. Maybe I'm just lying to myself because I don't wanna know the truth. And if you think you have the answer, show me proof. Fucking prove there's an afterlife. There's a lot of different religions, who has it right? Maybe you just disappear.
That's that thing. Nobody has the answer. I love the beat and NK's delivery on that. NK, his delivery is always fantastic, and there's a lot of emotion in his voice, especially in songs like this, or songs where he's exploring his past relationships or his history as a kid, and you can hear it, you can feel it in his voice, and the way he delivers this song is no different. But that's that second question that we fight with is, where do I go when I die? And when I get there, will the people who went before me be there? And even if we don't, I mean, my dad in his last years firmly believed that he flat out told me that he wanted me to convert back to Catholicism because he was afraid that he wouldn't see us. He wouldn't see me, wouldn't see my brother, wouldn't see us in heaven. And that fear is palpable for me. I understand that fear from him. And part of me has the same question. I'd be lying if I denied that I didn't think about that. It's terrifying. But is that the right answer anyway? I don't know. And that's what this is about. And NK is hitting it so hard on the head with the lyrics. The beat's fantastic. I love the sound of the almost angelic chorus behind it. It's great.
And if you think you have the answer, show me proof. Fucking prove there's an afterlife. There's a lot of different religions, who has it right? Maybe you just disappear and cease to exist, and we're just overthinking everything. It is what it is. Maybe you should learn to love, find a reason to live. Life is pretty quick, by the time you blink, that's it. 100 years later, no one probably knows who you are. There's no one left alive holding you in their heart. Everyone you've ever known's dead, roaming the stars. I know it's hard to accept, yeah, I know that it's hard, but will they remember me? When my ashes settling in the dust, what'll be my legacy? Sometimes I get so caught up in the thought of it, I forget to breathe. Playing this back and forth and I'm never claiming a victory. I see my body and my bones and feel the notion I control them, and it totally fucks with me, leaves me paralyzed and frozen. Just knowing someday this vessel will be soulless, and this is gonna happen to everyone that I know. Shit! So many say they got the answers, I'm not sure of it. I walk around this earth, I'm still in search of what my purpose is. I've heard the sermons, attended the services, tended to nervousness, in search of what happens after the curtain dips. Examining life under a lens since I was 10 years old. You see, I get nightmares about my death with a strenuous hold on me. Held hostage by my own beliefs. Is there nothingness so cold and bleak, or heaven with some golden beams? I wanna believe there's something I do, but I've become so fucking cynical, I'm stuck in my views. I used to pray to God each weekend when we shuffle in pews. Since then my faith is kinda weak, and tell me, what about you? I was indoctrinated to the point
So I guess I forgot to put in the title that Kurt and state it. This is also featuring Curtis Foster. I think that's Curtis through there, and a lot of the I guess the third question, the trifecta of this question of life and what we leave behind. What legacy? What will we be remembered? Will anybody know we even existed? Will there be somebody to carry on our legacy? Will we leave something behind? I think that's what drives a lot of us to be artists. So we've touched on what drives a lot of people toward religion, and now what drives a lot of people toward art. What caused the cavemen to paint in the caves? Did they have a desire to leave something behind, whether it be stories for their children, their grandchildren, their descendants? Did they even have a concept of future generations knowing that they existed? I know that's what drives me a lot. What will people remember of me in 100 years? Hopefully I will leave something behind in the form of art and form of writing. And that's NK has touched on that before, and now Curtis is kind of touching on that here. And that's the other big question to being human. This song, the songwriting on this one is spectacular from both of them. It's hitting those core human fears and questions and desires that it gets you right there in that knot.
But I've become so fucking cynical, I'm stuck in my views. I used to pray to God each weekend when we shuffle in pews. Since then my faith is kinda weak, and tell me what about you? I was indoctrinated to the point I wouldn't contemplate it. Trying to hit up God, but I would only get the operator. And every time somebody dies, we offer thoughts and prayer. Even though we're feeling hollow anger, yeah, we're lost and anxious. And it's a lot to take in, the concept that someday our body's gonna be vacant with the plot to lay in. And life is not a video game, we can't just stop to save it. And if there's really heaven and hell, well then I'd rather be on my top behavior. And when I look up to the sky tonight, I'ma get this feeling I can only describe as kinda light. I'm looking up at the shining light of those I know who have passed on. And someday I'ma join them after my last song.
And that sort of last line, like Ed said, that is profound. And that last part there where he said, you know, I don't know if there's a heaven or hell, but even so I'm going to be on my best behavior. I think a lot of us, even a lot of us who don't necessarily have strong faith or don't, or even people who do but maybe don't go to church or maybe don't follow all of the rules that, you know, revolve around their religion. I think we're all still, a lot of us are still kind of like, hey, I'm still going to just be on my best behavior just in case, right? Just in case, because we don't know the answer. But what if, you know, what if there is a heaven? What if there is somebody waiting to judge us? We don't know. That was a fantastic one from NK and Curtis Foster. Yeah, he touched a lot of the topics that I think a lot of us can relate to, that a lot of us have a fear of or an uncertainty about or questions about. And yeah, touching this part of what's happening right now and what happened with me in the past. And yeah, that's a tough one. And everybody else, thank you guys for being here so much. I appreciate you. Be sure to go to NK's channel and subscribe there. Be sure to subscribe here. Getting to 5,000 by the end of the year is our goal. And yeah, I think I'm going to go roll that song around in my head again and have another beer. I'll see you guys all again soon. You have a great one. Much love. Bye.